among the heathen, and gather you out of all countries, and will bring you into your own land. Then will I sprinkle clean water upon you, and ye shall be clean from all your filthiness, and from all your idols will I cleanse you. A new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you. And I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh, and I will give you an heart of flesh. And I will put my spirit within you, and cause you to walk in my statutes. And ye shall keep my judgments and do them. And ye shall dwell in the land that I gave to your fathers. And ye shall be my people, and I will be your God. I will also save you from all your uncleannesses, and I will call for the corn, and will increase it, and lay no famine upon you. And I will multiply the fruit of the tree, and the increase of the field, that ye shall receive no more reproach of famine among the heathen. Thus saith the Lord God, in the day that I shall have cleansed you from all your iniquities, I will also cause you to dwell in the cities, and the wastes shall be builded, and the desolate land shall be tilled, whereas it lay desolate in the sight of all that passed by. And they shall say, this land that was desolate is become like the Garden of Eden, and the waste and desolate and ruined cities are become fenced and are inhabited. Then the heathen that are left round about you shall know that I, the Lord, build the ruined places, and plant that was desolate. I, the Lord, have spoken it, and I will do it. Thus saith the Lord God. I will yet for this be inquired of by the house of Israel, to do it for them. I will increase them with men like a flock, as the holy flock, as the flock of Jerusalem in her solemn feasts. So shall the waste cities be filled with flocks of men, and they shall know that I am the Lord. Behold, at that time I will undo all that afflicts thee, and I will save her that halteth, and gather her that was driven out. And I will give them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Kakwadash. My honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great example towards younger brothers. And peace and blessing salutations to the hopeful lake out there pushing his word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful lake, the believers, the listeners who may have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And what I want to get into this morning, and just keep harping on, the point of disproving, all right, that those people in the land, all right, are not the people. It don't add up with prophecy, okay, of the true people being back in that land, all right? And one thing about it, you can't force yourself into prophecy, man. You have vocab saying that we're forcing, ourselves into prophecy, but no, it's a complete opposite, man. Prophecy lines up, okay, with us being the people in every way, from the cursing, all right, to us being raised up in the spirit, all right, the camps, okay, the leaders, everything is right on cue, with prophecy for us being the people, but with them, they're not adding up, and where I want to go into this lesson is when were they gathered, okay, because the scriptures speak of a great gathering of Israel in the latter times. Okay, now we understand how they got in the land. Okay, they was pretty much the European Ashkenazi Jews. Okay, or what you call descendants, of Khazars. Okay, that pretty much was dispersed, throughout Europe. When Khazarian Empire was pretty much absorbed in that region, and a lot of those, all right, Edomites, you know, started practicing Judaism, what you call Judaism, which is pretty much the Talmud when you really get into it. But all in all, they wiggled their way in the land. It wasn't no great gathering. Okay? They wiggled themselves in the land. So when you go to prophecy, and see, this is why prophecy, all right, destroys all these false narratives, man. Okay? Prophecy destroys the false narrative. So when you go to Jeremiah 23:5, it says, behold, the days come, said the Lord Yahweh Bashem Shai, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch. A king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth. Now, when did this happen? Where is this king? Okay, where is this king that will come through the lineage of David that will reign and prosper in the earth? Okay, this is in the earth. All right, I mean, what he will be here, and this is speaking of Yahweh Shai. So where is this great king, this great Israelite king, all right, that's reigning and prospering in the earth, man? Okay, in his days Judah shall be saved. Which you go into the word Jew is short for Judah. All right, whether they're speaking of just the one tribe of Judah or the southern kingdom, which is Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Okay. And it said, and Israel, which is the northern kingdom. That's another thing. They never speak on other tribes. Okay? They never speak on the other tribes. Where are they? All right? The gathering of the nation of Israel will be all 12 tribes being gathered back to their land. Okay? Under the united kingdom of Israel, the throne of David, with Yahweh Shai. All right? That branch of David sitting on the throne and prospering in the earth. Okay, none of these things have happened. None of these things are happening. They don't even speak of these things. This is foreign talk to those people, those small hats, man. It says, in his days, Judah shall be saved and Israel shall dwell safely. And this is his name whereby he shall be called the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah, our righteousness. Okay? Now, are those people dwelling in safety? You see? Well, we're not going to need an iron dome in the kingdom. We're not going to need a standing military. Okay? We're not going to need America to send warships, to aid us against these other nations, man. Okay? It's pathetic what they're doing over there. All right? We're not going to have military operations to remove heathens out of the land. Okay? It's extremely tacky how they're trying to force themselves to fulfill prophecy, man. Okay, it said, therefore, behold, the days come, said the Lord, that they shall no more say, the Lord liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Lord liveth, which brought up and which led the seed, all right, that lineage of the house of Israel out of the north country, mainly America, and from all countries, a global deliverance, whither I have driven them, and they shall dwell in their own land. So when did this happen? Okay? When did the Exodus that surpassed the Exodus of Egypt, of ancient Egypt, when did that happen in the earth? Okay? Because you go into ancient Egypt, you had Egypt being plagued, okay, on behalf of the children of Israel. The Lord plagued them. Okay? Then he drowned their militaries in the sea. He split the Red Sea. It was miracles, and the Lord was terrorizing these nations. All right, he was terrorizing Egypt, on behalf of Israel. Okay? There was a lot of things happening in the earth, man, during that first Exodus. Okay? And this Exodus is going to surpass it. So when did that happen? The only way you know about how these people got in the land, you got to go do some thorough research just to find out how they got there. They just wiggled and they just slithered, all right, in the land and said that they was us. Okay? But the prophecy said it will be a deliverance that will surpass, all right, the great power he showed in ancient Egypt. All right? So as we read on, let's just go get more prophecy, man. Okay? Jeremiah 16, pretty much goes into the same thing. Jeremiah 16 and all right, Jeremiah 16:16 said, "Therefore, behold, the days come, said the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought the children of Israel out of the land, the land of Egypt. But the Lord liveth, that brought the children of Israel from the land of the north and from the land whither he had driven them, and will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers." Okay, the land that he gave unto our forefathers. Okay, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and we are the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right, those people in the land now are descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Esau. Okay, they're not the children of the promise. Okay, but they're in their land posing and postures, man. Okay, so let's get this. Ezekiel 30, 34, starting at 22. All right, Ezekiel 34, started 23. All right, and this is the end time. This is us being gathered. Ezekiel 34 and 23 says, "And I will set up one shepherd over them, and he shall feed them, even my servant David, and he shall feed them, and he shall be their shepherd." So where is King David? Okay, where is King David that will have this high rank amongst the nation of Israel? Okay, he will be, the second in rank over Israel under Yahushua. Where is he? Okay, and I, the Lord, will be their power, and my servant David a prince among them. I, the Lord, have spoken it. So this is the decree of Yahweh Shema Shai. I, the Lord, have spoken it. Okay, so for them to say that they fulfill the true people being in the land, there's a lot of things left undone. Okay, that aren't even talking points, all right, amongst them. Okay, it says, "And I will make with them a covenant of peace." Wait a minute. So if there's a covenant of peace, why is there nothing but war talks? Okay, why is Russia testing nuclear submarines? Okay, to shoot missiles from submarines 5,000 hitting targets 5,000 miles away. Why are there hypersonic weaponry in the earth? Okay, why are these Islamic nations declaring war on the state of Israel? Okay, if the Lord said he will make a covenant of peace, shouldn't it be peace all around, like in the time of King Solomon? Okay, and it says, "And I will make with them a covenant of peace, and I will cause all the evil beasts to cease out of the land, and they shall dwell safely in the wilderness and sleep in the woods." So it's speaking to us being the sheep and these other nations being his beasts. Okay, but there will be a peace, and these other nations, all right, they won't even be in the land. Okay, and we will dwell safely. Okay, we will have no care, no worry. But you got Israelis, okay, leaving let me see, They're leaving because of war. Let's see. All right, so you go here. Let me see. I'll just go here real quick. Now you go here. Okay. So you telling me this will be happening on the true people?
Since a month earlier than they had previously planned. NBC News Homeland Security correspondent Julia Ainsley joins us now with more. Hi, Julia. Good morning. So the Department of Homeland Security had planned to make this change at the end of November anyway, but have now opened the process early. So give us the background here. Before any change was planned, what was the process, and what does this change now mean is essentially going into effect immediately?
Yeah, what we may be seeing here is the impact of our own reporting here at NBC. We reported about 2 weeks ago on Israelis who were stuck inside the country, who had family in the United States who they wanted to reunite with, and they wanted a way to quickly be able to get there. But they couldn't do it because of this program that wasn't supposed to start till November 30th. They said it could just start earlier, which is essentially a fast track to allow Israelis to travel to the United States without requiring a visa. Then they don't have to wait in that long line and be approved for a visa. They could get out quicker. They wanted that date moved up. At that time, DHS said they had no plans to move it up because of computer technicalities, of a lot of things that would need to happen to get this website to allow people to apply for a waiver for visas, meaning they wouldn't need a visa. They said that would take a long time. But now they actually have launched it. And as of yesterday, a lot of Israelis can go online, fill out an application so that they don't have to have a visa to travel to the United States. I will remind folks that this is just for a temporary travel visa. This is not to permanently relocate to the United States.
And Julia, let's also talk about people living in Gaza or the West Bank. And
so they're over there having to wait on visas. Okay, so they can come to America. What part of the prophecy is that? Them fleeing from the land of Israel to come to America, Babylon. Okay? You see how backwards this is? You see how backwards this is, man? All right? Some Israelis want to flee to the U.S. Ask why new visa free travel. And why you need a visa to travel? If you're the sovereign people in the earth, why would you need a visa to travel? Okay? And they have to wait on the U.S. System won't work until November 30th. Okay, it says some, let me see. It says some Israelis desperate to flee to the United States in the wake of the Hamas terror attack are struggling to get visas because a new system to facilitate easy visa-free travel between the U.S. and Israel is not scheduled to go into effect until November 30th. So they gotta wait on goddamn software, man. Okay? It's tacky as hell, man. Them trying to fulfill prophecy of being us is tacky as hell, man. All right, it said the new visa waiver status for Israel was announced by the Department of Homeland Security in late September, and officials tell NBC News they don't plan to speed up the launch of the program. All right, tell you niggas, look, we'll fix it. Will we fix it? All right. So this is nothing but war. Look at this. This is nothing but war. Okay. We're not gonna have a goddamn military guns, okay, helmets. We're not gonna be in none of these things, man. When he return, we're just gonna have pure power. Cherish gonna be overseeing. Okay. Look at this. Buildings being blown up. Okay. But this is the fulfillment of prophecy. Okay. You think the kingdom, there ain't gonna be no mystery.
Join us now, State Department spokesman Matt Miller. Matt, good morning. It's good to have you with us. So do you have an update on Americans killed, number one, Americans held hostage? We heard some numbers from President Biden in that strong speech yesterday. What more can you tell us today?
It's just gonna be more propaganda. You don't want to hear that shit. Yeah, man. Okay. How is there fulfillment? Hey, you see, they fulfill this. Zechariah 9:6 is the brother Bayan Yashala, and the bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, and I will cut off the pride of the Philistines. So we're seeing the bastard Esau Edom, because the bastard, all right, is someone, who wouldn't have inheritance. They was born illegitimate, in a way that wasn't typical. All right. And they wouldn't have a part of the inheritance of the father. Okay. And Esau, all right, he's that bastard. Okay. Let's go here. My brother was posted in Hebrews 12:16. I believe Hebrews 12:16-17. We're going to go back here, man. See, when you deal with the prophecy, it don't line up. All right. And it says, and I will, back in Ezekiel 34:25, and I will make with them a covenant of peace, which we see that's not happening, and will cause the evil beast to cease out of the land, and they shall dwell safely in the wilderness and sleep in the woods. Okay. Now, another thing I want to get real quick, because they're fleeing from Israel to Babylon, which when you go into to prophecy, all right, this is Jeremiah 50:8. It says, remove out of the midst of Babylon, which is America, and go forth out of the land of the Chaldeans, and be as the he-goats before the flocks. Now, this is speaking spiritually. We're removing ourselves, okay, from America, man, westernization. All right, and we're going to be physically gathered by Yahushua and removed out of this land. Okay, and why we're going to need the deliverance, and you're coming to America, that shows you the Lord has you in the snare, no matter what. Because because some of them Israelis are going to come to America just to be destroyed. All right, because the war is coming here. America is not no safe haven. See, prophecy has, when you don't understand prophecy, you can run right into the destruction. You can pay for your destruction. The Lord cold, man. Jeremiah 50:9, it said, for lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon. And see, this will happen before, when you had the Babylonians come down on the southern kingdom, and a lot of them fled into Egypt, thinking they will be safe, from the judgment of the Lord, that was coming through the Babylonians, or the Neo-Babylonians during the time of Jeremiah. All right, but what did the Lord do? He had the Babylonians, all right, come against the Egyptians as well and wreak havoc on them. So there's no escaping the judgment. All right, you think this place got a war, so I'm gonna leave? No, the judgment is finna be global. All right, for lo, I will cause to come up against Babylon, an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence shall she be taken. Their arrow shall be as of a mighty expert man, none shall return in vain. Okay? You're fleeing to a nation that the Lord's finna destroy. Okay? The Lord got you doing the complete opposite of what the prophecies say, man. Okay? So let's go back to Ezekiel. So like, this is Ezekiel 34. Start at 26. All right, Ezekiel 34 and 26, it says, and I will make them and the places round about my hill a blessing, and will cause the shower to come down in his season. There shall be showers of blessing. Are there showers of blessing over there? No. Okay, it's going to be a shower of rockets and missiles over there, man. Okay, it says, and the tree of the field shall yield her fruit, and the earth shall yield her increase. All right, and right now that land is barren, it's dry, dead. Okay, it says, and they shall be safe in their land. Wait a minute. It said they shall be safe in their land. Obviously, this is not the case for those people that are in the land now. Okay, that are waiting on the visa to come to America. All right, and shall not know that I am the Lord when I have broken the bands of their yoke and delivered them out of the hand of those that serve themselves of them. And they're speaking of these nations that serve themselves of us, man. Okay, because right now we're the hands and feet of society, and the earth benefits off our servitude, man. Okay, verse 28, and they shall no more be a prey to the heathen, neither shall the beasts of the land devour them, but they shall dwell safely, and none shall make them afraid. Okay, and this is not the situation of those people in the land now. They're fleeing. These people are fleeing to America. You got Americans fleeing America. Okay, and these people are fleeing to America, man. You see, showing you how bad it must be over there for America to be a refuge. Okay, all these people complaining about America. All right, Hebrews 12 and 16, this brother Bayan Yashala, it said, least there be any fornicator or profane person at Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. So the birthright that he's trying to force is the birthright he sold. Okay, you go into the history, he sold that. All right, if you can put verse 17 up there as well, you know, Baba Kashah. So he sold that birthright, man. Okay, and now he wants to try to force it through the sword. Okay, and it's not going to happen. All right, it's going to happen exactly how the Lord said it was going to happen, man. Let's go here to Jeremiah, get a few more. You know, it's just a question of when will they gather according to the scriptures, man. Okay, this is on Jeremiah 31 and 10. It says, hear the word of the Lord, Yahweh Shemal Shai, O ye nations, and declare it in the isles afar off, and say, he that scattered Israel will gather him. Okay, so it was the Lord that scattered us, it's the Lord that's going to gather us and keep him as a shepherd doth his flock. All right, so we're going to be delivered and gathered by the same power that scattered us, man. You know, and it's going to be with great power. For the Lord have redeemed Jacob and ransomed him from the hand of him that was stronger than he, man. All right, and they're speaking of Esau Edom, who's carnally much stronger than we are. All right, and the only way to, that make up that gap is divine intervention. You know, that gap of power between us and these devils. Okay, is divine intervention from on high, as our power intervening. Okay, and that lines up with this as well in the New Testament, man. All right, this is Matthew 24 and 24 and 26. 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 24 and All right, Matthew 24:29 said, immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the earth shall be shaken. Okay, so this is the time when the nukes are going to be launched. All right, and this is going to be the appearing of Yahweh Shai, because see, nukes are going to end Jacob's trouble. The time of tribulation like the earth has never seen. The nukes are going to end it. Okay? And in that time, that's when Yahweh Shai, okay, is going to appear on the scene. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, all right, in the sky, all right, in the atmosphere. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. This ain't happened yet. This is that king which shall reign and prosper, Yahweh Shai. This hasn't happened. So how are you in the land and none of these things happen? How can the real people be in that land and none of these things have happened yet, man? Okay? And he shall send his angels with a great sound of trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect, all right, the scattered, okay, from the four winds, from one end, all right, of heaven to the other, okay? It hasn't happened. So you have to ask the question, when are these things going to happen? Okay? Hebrews 12:17 said, for his brother Bayan Yasha'Allah says, for ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected. For he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears. And this is Esau Edom. He's rejected. All right? Here, and what we're seeing is a rejected nation, okay, still crying for their birthright, man. Still trying to force, okay, the blessing upon themselves, man. But hey, it's not written. It's not going to happen. All right? You devils are done. Okay? And we're seeing these things play out. It's like in real time. Okay? So that was the point. You know, brothers, you know, can add to it. You know, there's always a lot, you know, it's a lot of precepts disproving who they are. Okay? But the point of this lesson is, when were they gathered by the king, Yahweh Shai? Okay? Because the prophecy speak of us being gathered by a king. When did that happen with them? Okay, there's a lot of holes, there's a lot of things unfulfilled for that prophecy of the true people being in the land to be fulfilled. There's a lot of things that's left undone, man. Okay? And as the scriptures say, these devils gonna be found liars, man. Okay? As a fact, let me get that. Let me end with that. Deuteronomy 30. Get that. This is Deuteronomy 33 and 27. It said, the eternal power is thy refuge, and underneath are the everlasting arms, and he shall thrust out the enemy from before thee, and shall say, destroy them. And this is what we're finna see now. Okay? And the Lord is finna be our refuge in the time of destruction. All right? All the way leading up until when we're in the chariots, man. Those everlasting arms, man, Yahweh Shai and the angels. Okay? Israel then shall dwell alone dwell in safety alone. The fountain of Jacob shall be upon the land of corn and wine, and his heavens shall drop down dew. Happy art thou, O Israel, who is like unto thee, O people saved by the Lord. And those Israelis, they don't have their boast. They was placed there by a government, okay, decree, the Balfour Declaration. okay, by the British government and the Rothschild banking family. Okay? And it says, the shield of thy help and who is the sword of thy excellency, and thy enemy shall be found liars unto thee, and thou shalt tread upon their high places, man. And this is what we're coming into, man. Okay? These people are going to be found liars unto us, man. All right? So, Lord will, I know you brothers, all right, and you so edified, just putting that question out there and see we'll get any responses, man. All right. So till next time, I say Shalom. Kwame Yashala, Bible Ball, DTA soon. Shalom.